believe it's me. The daffodils and such. Yeah. That's a terrible morning, but not bad. Terrible. Anyway, cigarette. Yeah. Real cigarette. Thank you, Buenos guy. Prettiest man in the world. Yep. I'll just probably do a whole video about just how pretty Buenos is. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Wonderfully pretty man. Anyway, might be worth talking about his his humor and Anaconda Vod's preposterous overreaction. You know, I personally would like to be able to just do philosophy, but clearly you can't do that. Everything has to be, you know, conformed to public consumption. Has to have enough entertaining bits in it, your message. And so I think humor is a very good way to get at things. And the rule is, okay, this is my simple rule for any kind of antics. You know, any kind of, if you're going to edit somebody's crap or you're going to fuck with it, you just have to do it really well. And that's the rule, right? So if you do it shitty, you suck. But if you do a good job, yeah, 10 points for you. It's a good hunk of crap, you know. And, you know, doing it right is a little subtle. You know, you don't want to take too cheap a shot. You want the satire to be proportional. So there's lots of, you know, doing it right's a little tricky. But I think Glenos does do it right. I think he is quite restrained almost in how far he would go. I would go a lot further. If I was writing the script, he would have wrote in on the tiger and started singing a song from The Sound of Music or something, you know, with bow legs. He'd get off the tiger and be all bow-legged, you know. Hey, partner, you know, some Western dude, you know, old manly man, you know, and then start singing The Sound of Music, and then there'd be like a bunch of, you know, horrible screams in the background of animals screaming and shit, and he'd just call that music to his ears, and some kind of, you know, he didn't even touch the sadistic nature. But anyway, the funny part, the ironic part is Anaconda Vod talks about how he loves his little horror genre movies and this and that, the other bullshit. And you're just saying that's a mockery of suffering, most of that crap. And I'm sure he loves his Irish humor or loves this and that. And it's just so, again, it's just duplicity. I mean, it's just so fucking hypocritical. He's just such a hypocrite. You know, when anything happens to him, it's a tragedy. When it's happening to somebody else, fuck it, who cares? Not my job, it's happening to them. It's a to them. Yeah, therefore not relevant. I just hate this shit. Anyway, so I don't know if this is a whole subject. Did I mention how pretty Glenos is? Very pretty man. The great news is I have enough cigarettes where I can praise him a lot. But every time I have a cigarette, I'll be able to say, oh, Glenos. I'll probably go totally gay. Probably. Anyway. Addiction. So that should be the subject, right? That was going to be my subject. So, might as well get to it. These big words, addiction, addiction. Big, 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 big. I mean, conceptually, that's the concept. That's the quanta of existence. You know, are the addictive compulsions that possess us. The unreasoned desire. And, yeah, I mean, obviously the food thing, the air thing, big, kind of obvious compulsive addictions. You know, and then you got the sex thing, and then you got the ego thing. And, you know, I guess the ego thing is where people, you know, that's where all the messy bits are, in some sense. I mean, the more complex psychology. although it's not very complex when you really pick at it. But that's where the ambition is. You know, the stuff that makes people think they have something to prove or something to gain, you know, by playing. Even I, you know, as a anti-lifer, every day I'm kind of caught up in the success and fail game. You know, be a winner, you know, accomplish my tasks efficiently and completely. You know, don't have any screws and nuts and bolts left over, you know, do it right, and do it economically. You know, it's like a competition. It's a, you know, whether you're competing overtly with other people or whether you're just competing with some idea in your head of what good performance is. I mean, some people it's just about the money. That's also, sometimes it's just about the money. You know, sometimes it's very monetizable, this thing you're after, that you're addicted to, the comfort, you know, the normalcy, my friendly couch. You know, I'm kind of addicted to my friendly couch. I'm not really addicted to the stream. Yeah, I probably wouldn't mind if I didn't have to bother with that. But you know, many parts of this landscape I traverse, I'm attached to it, you know, through experience, through living it. And if I had to imagine, you know, it's like the two slices of bread in a sandwich or something. I can't really imagine it without me, and you know, I can't really imagine me without this as part of my environment. And so it becomes a confined comfort space, a comfort food, a comfort game, a comfort. It's all about this, you know, attachment, which creates necessity as part of your definition of what it takes to make you comfortable. So, where else does this go? I mean, this is, you know, it just does. It is every part of us is just loaded, you know, with a contrived element. And the contrivancy here, you know, the whole ego thing goes back to, you know, the fact that we're social animals first. You know, and that creates the need of a hierarchy, you know, a tribal leader, and somebody to make decisions, commitments, you know, to take the chaos out of, you know, everybody hunting at different times and doing this and doing that. You do have to have something to mimic in social orders. I suppose that's another element of our psychology. It's the fact that, you know, the sheeple syndrome is just a mimic syndrome, probably psychologically, because we're sort of made to mimic. And it has more than one advantage to social animals. I mean, one, you can teach each other that way. Somebody finds a new and better way to do something. And, but it also has the function of, you know, creating cohesiveness without their need for language. I mean, the lionesses, you know, when they're going on a hunt, they don't have a conversation about it. You know, they don't go, it's time for a hunt. No, the you know, head bitch says it's time to hunt, and everybody else kind of just follows along, and based on how she pecks the order, will tell you what role you're going to play today, whether you're going to be a chaser or a snarer. So they have a mechanism to make it possible to order their lives through very subtle and simple mechanisms, and that's what's driving many people in their functionality. They are kind of, sorry to say, they're a little beta, and they just keep following the pop culture norms and memes. So as soon as you put something in their face, an idea, you expose it to them enough, they'll start to just mimic it, so parrot it. Once they start parroting it, they'll start believing it. And so I guess that's why something like religion could last so long, is that there was so many psychologies capable of just mimicking. It is strange. I mean, I was such a beta kid, in terms of I had every insecure, which I don't know what the right word is. I wasn't a winner, and yet I somehow was alpha, in the sense that I didn't just shut up. I did complain. I did question. I did fight. So there had to be something inside, some mechanism of this psychology, some monkey brain part of me that somehow got a signal early on that there needed to be an alpha. It might have been because I had sisters. It might have been because everything was too ordered. Yeah, it needed an asshole to shake things up a little. Maybe there's an evolutionary advantage to having an asshole show up every now and then, and see if you're not caught in a beta spiral of mundane and unimaginative. But it is just kind of funny that even when I was insecure, as a psychology, and I guess I'd say I still am as a psychology. Well, I guess I can't say as a psychology, as a I don't know what the right word is. I mean, it's obviously part of psychology. It's one part is insecure, and obviously the other part is saying, fight, die, yeah, get killed, who cares? It's worth the fight. There's some kind of resistance. I'll have another one of these. I have them. Yes, the addiction, the compulsion. So anyway, they studied some of this stuff, I mean, they do it with the monkeys, and they deprive them of a mommy or do some other kind of stuff, and they find out they turn out more aggressive or something. Maybe it's just something like that. Maybe it's just aggression. I don't think so, because I don't think I was ever... I wasn't a bully of any kind. I never picked on anybody. I was always coming to people's defense. When I got beat up, I was always telling off the might makes writers, and trying to humiliate them in some way out of thinking they were so the shit. Just because they're bigger than everybody else. So anyway, it's kind of funny that I always had that kind of role. But maybe that again that's because I had sisters, and once in a while you'd see where they needed defending, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I just was kind of runty and useless, but it's the mental thing, right? It's not about what you are, it's what you think you are. So I guess it's like them little tiny dogs that do all that stuff. You know, like they all think they're something, and you know, they're runts. I certainly had a knowledge of that, so yeah, see, it's hard to find the exact. Well, I certainly shouldn't do it in a walk and talk video. Oh yeah, let's psychoanalyze me on the fly. Probably no point in doing that. I guess the point I'm trying to make is that this ego thing is complicated, and but it's all some sort of compulsive disorder in the end. You know, you're just compelled, you know, to be whatever you are, an asshole or a hero, a villain or a hero. I suppose you could narrow it. You could cut the focus that narrow, and you could just say you're a, you know, you're a big game player or a little game player. Selfish versus, you know, devoted to the cause of the red, white, and blue. I mean, I don't want to make it. I mean, obviously that's what it can fall into. It can fall into just being a lost cause for a lie, which religion is, and most patriotism. It's not a fight for the principles. It's a fight for a bunch of duplicity and propaganda. So that's not a win. But obviously I would say I'm here to be interrogated on the depth of my causes, on their rationality, on their connection to what we know to be facts. I'm not afraid of that contest. I'll fight in that arena confidently, you know. Yeah, but I've said this before. I mean, all these. It's just kind of sad that it all comes down to, you know, you have to. A philosophy, an idea, has to be translated into monkey. You have to translate it into animal talk. You know, chatter. You know, facial expression, some kind of bullshit to trigger, you know, the compulsive psychology, to solidify the attachment, the dependency, the, you know, lifelong relationship. You get it? So now you're addicted. You're compulsive. You're, you know, you're it. You are what you think. You are what you believe. It's pretty powerful and such. It prettied this up kind of nicely. Very nice. Yeah, fishing derby. Yeah, police to keep people from stealing the fish. Traffic. Eesh. Me no likey. Come on, car. Get going. Alright. Made it past the Volvo. Usually people stop. So it's usually some person who stops that you don't want to stop. And then when you want people to stop, they don't stop. Kind of funny. So, I'll probably be here on Sunday. Probably. Mostly. I guess those are the official guys who do official something or other. Oh. Very nice. Too many geese though. Foreigners. Canadians. Fucking Canadians. Go back to Canada. Dirty little fuckers. Shit everywhere. Anyway, anything else? I don't know what the, oh, I guess they're raking the gravel. Very good. Yeah. Yeah, it's really, it's quite nice. Anyway, I guess I'm done. Mostly. Pick it up later. I have to climb ladders today. I'm quite wobbly. Anyway, I already said that, didn't I? Damn. Yeah. Trees. So, maybe I'll show you the trees I planted on tree planting day. Hey, they never cleaned up all this brush. Yeah, so they got the public works guys. 2 weeks later, there's still crap on the ground. It's gonna kill the grass. Come on, guys. This ain't too tough. Let's see if my trees got eaten yet. Yeah, they are behind the stockade. Yeah, so these are. I took out the barberries here. Planted all these little trees. Oh, this one's growing. Got some green shit on it anyway. There's hope. That one ain't doing much. It'd be nice if we planted dead trees. That'd be cool. So anyway, the rest of the town did this little bit here. The rest of it. Anyway, so that's enough. Until the next time, when I will talk about some more shit that no one gives a damn about. Because everybody's just compulsively breathing their oxygen and eating their pie and chasing their Lamborghini dreams and not really paying much attention to the fact that this game be stupid. Yeah. So anyway, until next time. I already said that. I'll say it again because it's fun to say, I guess. I do have to cut myself a path here. They're fortunately not the kind that snare you, but they will poke a hole in you. Anyway. Stream. This is my stream. As a kid, I was addicted to this stream. This was my place in the world. That tree right there that's falling down now, that was my tree. That rock right next to it there, big rock there, right there. That was, sit there and think about girls' breasts. Yeah. Well, whatever. I was compulsive and addicted. So I did do some philosophizing, but yeah, mostly it was the philosophy of boob and snatch and all that. But anyway, I did have an idea that I should have been doing better than that, but it's a little too distracting back then. Still too distracting. Anyway, until next time.